Now, what can I do with compression right here with any of these sounds? So let's see these lead sounds. I'm going to group these lead sounds. I'm going to select both of these channels by selecting one, pressing Shift, selecting the other one. I'm going to group those, right click, click on Group Tracks. Now they're in this group. I'm going to rename that group, call it Leads. Okay, now on that group track, we have both of these lead sounds. Yeah, I'm going to add a compressor on top of it. I actually like this, although I feel there is still a lot of the low frequencies in there that I don't really want. Yep, like that. And what I'm going to use this compressor for is to bring out a tiny bit of that click for each one of these hits. So I want it without the makeup gain. So you see, I have it really punchy. Now like this, it's really clear, full-bodied. Let's see if I'm getting the right effect I want by just adding a short click in the beginning. Let's see if that's something I actually need. Let's see. I actually like it. Makes them more flat. Each one of those initial single hits does have a click to it. So I like what the compressor is doing to these on top of the actual reverb, because it's also bringing out the reverb more. Yeah, so I'm going to leave that happening just there. Now, another thing I wanted to do is on this kick drum. Yep, directly on this kick drum. Let me see that. I want some compression also to add that initial click, just like this. Really short release. So more click, tiny bit more click. I really hope you can hear that. Yeah, I think this punches much better like that. Now, as far as compression is concerned, I want to check out these risers. I'm going to place a compressor on top of this one, just to make sure that it's, being controlled. Right here, let's hear it. Okay, it is pretty flat, but I just want to make sure that any of these peaks don't really come out that way. And let me check this one out. I could actually repeat that right here also. You see some of those peaks and all of that stuff. I want to make sure those don't happen. Okay, so you see I can be using compression as a gain leveler, or I can use compression to actually attenuate some pieces of the signal like really quickly, like adding a punch to the kick drum or adding a punch to those leads, by also controlling, the reverb too. So the use of compressor can also be really creative, in the sound, but it has many different purposes. It's not just one purpose that the compressor is used for. So as you've seen, gain leveling, just making sure everything's flat, nice, controlled, which on this sound I've used saturation to actually clip out the high peaks of it. But I can use the compressor in such a way on these FX, and I can use a compressor in a different manner, let's say on this kick drum, where I'm just letting the first 10 milliseconds of the kick drum through and then really pressing on it, meaning that the first piece of this kick drum is going to pass and then it's going to become compressed or attenuated. And that means that this beginning of this kick drum is actually going to be louder. So that will give me that click of the kick drum a bit louder. Okay, I like that. Now again, when I get to the mixing, when I get to the final stage, I will redecide on all of these. This is just, a use of that in creation, where I want this loop to actually give me a nice image of emotion I want to transfer on to the listener. And in this case, on myself, to see what it feels like. So I'm trying to, make this sound as good as it can be before I get to actual mixing.